You've been asleep 4 hours. I don't know what. Oh, what time is it anyway? 4 a.m. Okay, great. Well, screw it. I'm getting up. Here we go. Well, day one SEMA is in the books, and I had a great time. It was an action-packed day when I started in the North Hall after I got off the shuttle. Started at the west, went to the north, walked over there, and spent time in the North Hall for probably about 4 hours. Talked to several different companies, and while I'm not going to go through all the details of everybody I talked to, there's a couple that I want to mention. So first, let's hear from a little bit from Vroid, which is the company that is got a dash cam that they believe is a little bit different. It is one that I've installed in my wife's car, and I'm very impressed with it. It's the Vroid S1 4K. And so you'll hear just a little excerpt of why they think it's different. I will have a future video on the complete installation and more details about the product in a few weeks. But let's hear from them first.
The one thing, very major part of our product is reliability. Reliability is not just, the well-made, but functionally it's very reliable because, in very high temperature, and it protect the battery in the vehicle. So it just to try to capture the image whenever it is possible. And no matter, the driver or user can consider or recognize this product is working or not. It just keep working. So that is the most important part.
All right, well, that dash cam is pretty cool. It is works pretty well in my wife's car. So more to come on that. Stay tuned for that video. Now, I also had a great conversation with AR North America. You gotta hear what they have up their sleeves.
We are AR North America. We're an Italian manufacturing company. We are actually featuring brand new here in the United States for the first time, the AR635. This is a true 3.2 at 1,000. We do have this also available in a hot water feature that gets up to 180 degrees. That will come equipped with a nickel-plated manifold, similar to what you're seeing on our cold water unit here. We can also do an open flow gun system that gets up to 3.4 at 1,000. And we have dialed this all in with our accessories. You're going to be looking at about an 8.0 orifice for your foam cannons and a 6.5 nozzle for ideal working conditions. Super proud of this. Let us know if you have any questions. We are AR North America.
So you surprised that AR is coming out with a new pressure washer? I'm pretty excited because I definitely want to get a new one. Not going to happen overnight. Probably won't happen this year. But I'm hoping next year to upgrade to the new AR and the one that they just announced. So stay tuned for that in the future. And I found another company really intriguing, and it's called Avantgard. It is a resin coating to cover or be on top of a clear coat. And I don't know much about it, but I want you to hear what they had to say about it. Draw your own conclusions. Again, I haven't seen the performance, none of us have, but it's an interesting product. It's an innovation nonetheless. So let's hear from Avantgard.
So Avantgard is a new company. We're just hitting the detailing industry now, specializing in auto, aeronautical and marine. But our flagship product is our 1051, which is this product here, which is a 2-pack resin product, which will add 8 to 15 microns of clear on top of your existing substrate. So if you have a look here, this is a 2000 grit sandpaper. This half was all 2000 grit. This here was 1500 grit. We've laid our company stencil in this obviously to show you the depth. As you can see, that's extremely thick. And this is just one hand applied coat. So basically what it's doing is building up the existing clear on the paint by 8 to 15 microns per coat. As I said earlier, you can accelerate the curing time with infrared and then put a second coat on that, so you get 20 to 30 microns with a second coat.
The last company I want to mention about, I didn't really do an interview, but I did spend quite a bit of time in their booth, is a company called Hoto, Hoto. And we make cool tools. So what kind of cool tools do they make? Well, their design is incredible. They have some tire inflators, some flashlights, some home scrubbers, or even some that we potentially could use in detailing or DIY type detailing. They also have some vacuum cleaners, very portable, battery operated, but it's the design that set them apart. They've won multiple international awards around their design. It is a really cool company. Then I went back over to West Hall. It's not far, by the way, to walk from north to west or west to north. What was interesting to me was in the walkway, they have what's called an art walk, where they had artists sharing all of their artwork for sale around, obviously, motorsports or motor vehicles, and it was pretty cool. I just thought it was a really neat way to pass the time, so it didn't seem like I was walking as far. And obviously, I probably didn't, because today I did less steps than I did on Monday. So that was a good thing today. But when I got to the West Hall, I had 3 really, really cool conversations that I do want to share with you. And the first is with Nick from Yum Cars about some new products. So let's hear from Nick.
So we have just launched it. In fact, you witnessed it, Bruce, right? So
Yeah.
live. So this is our serum range of coatings. It has taken us for the full package to develop 7 years, both for durability, the packaging itself took a long enough time, but in terms of the coating itself, it has taken us 7 years, which is a big deal for us because we wanted to do the development the right way. It's the slow way, but we believe it's the right way. So the traditional coatings, they would just sit on top of your clear coat, right? And they work great, by the way. That is a technology that's used everywhere right now. The thing is, when it starts to expand the paint, so the paint expands, right? Or it shrinks during the cold. The coatings, because it's a hard layer of glass, they have a tendency to crack. And this is where you get over 2+ years, 2-3 years, you get a durability problem, right? Whereas this, because it partially absorbs into the clear itself, it's one, so it's a synergy with the clear coat. So when the paint expands, the coating expands. When it shrinks, the coating also shrinks, if you know what I mean.
So could it be called self-healing?
Not self-healing.
Okay, it's not.
Not
Okay.
self-healing. So basically, serum for the face. When you've had a shave and you've got a dry skin, you put serum on first and all of a sudden your skin just feels smoother for some reason, right? It's the same thing with this.
And what's the underlying chemical
So
component?
silicon carbide. Silicon carbide. Now that is extremely expensive, but it's extremely hard wearing. So silicon carbide, the main industry that uses it right now is aerospace and military. So military applications mainly. So this bottle itself, look, just choose a bottle. Here we are, right? This did not exist. So this thing right now, obviously you haven't seen it before because you couldn't have seen it. So we developed the package itself from the ground up. We actually drew this on a piece of paper first. We had a mold made for us. We then had a molding tool made for us.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I get back as part of my video, I will have to show on camera what the mold looked like. So it's a 3D print, right? And we were worried because it didn't look very good. It was white, it was opaque, And they said, look, don't worry, the real thing is going to be sharp, cut out. And obviously this is what the real thing. So the packaging itself is around a 3-year development alone. And it actually has its own little Easter egg. So can you see this ridge here? One here and one there. Can you see it? We imprinted our thumbs into the molds. So when you pick up the bottle to coat, it's like a fingerprint scanner.
Right here, right?
Yeah, so if you pick it up, Bruce, look, for example, put your thumb on. Very comfortable. So when you're actually coating, whether you're a lefty or righty, it doesn't matter. So that's an Easter egg alone. Obviously, the rock itself, hard as rock, right? So little Easter eggs that don't really mean anything, but it's the final touches that we wanted to do. Look, packaging can be done in basic forms, it could be done in advanced forms. Now, will this package affect the performance? Absolutely not. We could have put it into an old bottle. What we wanted to do is, whether you're a home user or you're a professional detailer, mobile or static in a studio or shop, we want, when somebody comes to a detailer and you pay a lot of money, I want the detailer or the customer to say, you know what, I applied this. I'm proud of what I've done, because to us, detailing is also an expression of an art form. So I think, look, when that stands and say, you know what, I did this. And this is where the development of this packaging actually came from as well. I want people to be proud because we're proud.
What do you think of the design of those bottles of ceramic coating from Yum? They're awesome. I mean, look, I realize the product's the product, but the design, the packaging is truly, really very, very special. And I suspect, based on what Nick had to say, the products are just as special. Then I went over to the rag company. And this is really cool too, because I got to meet Anthony and Dane, who I had not met in person, and several other people, Carson and others that I really hadn't met in person before. So that was really fun. But I enjoyed hearing a little bit more about the Detail Factory and the rag company merger and some new products that Anthony helped or designed. So let's hear from Anthony.
All right, well, hey everybody. Hey Bruce, Garage, what's going on? Welcome to SEMA 2025 here at the Rag Company booth. So Bruce actually asked a question regarding the Rag Company and Detail Factory, right, and how that works, because we've announced that we have merged companies to become essentially not one, but to essentially bring the best of both worlds into one big offering. And so nothing is changing with our names or the companies, right? We're still the Rag Company. They're still going to be Detail Factory. But what we've done is no type of cash buyout. There's nothing like that. Nobody's sold or anything of that nature. What it is we are just basically taking the two companies, the best of both worlds, bringing them together with probably a much bigger structure, a much bigger picture structure in general. So what this means is that now we are taking some of the best of the Rag Company and what we do with coming up with ideas or processes and techniques and stuff like that, and utilizing the geniuses over at Detail Factory with their amazing CAD work, with their rubber work, their plastic work, and all of that. And so what's kind of cool is that both of us together, right? So the whole team at Detail Factory, they are creative, they put a lot of thought into stuff, right? And so they know the ins and outs of everything that like somebody like myself or other detailers on the team like Carson or Lucas, they know what we'd be looking for when we would describe a product, an idea, something like that we can create and bring to market. And so we're kind of taking like two superpowers, bringing them into one, but this means that ultimately I can give them some ideas for brushes, right? That means more brushes for everybody. They can give us some ideas for and processes with cool tools or new items that we could sell as the Rag Company. And so that's kind of like probably the best way to put it. And so it's basically, it's a merger between the two companies. We're going to be able to utilize each other's best resources going forward. This is going to be for manufacturing. It's going to be my favorite with the ideas part is the ideas part. And then just the overall creativity. So it's kind of a win-win for us and pretty much for all of you guys watching, because in the end of the day, you're going to get better products.
So what do you think about that? Detail Factory, the Rag Company, kind of merging type thing. Still two separate companies, but they're partnered up pretty closely, it sounds like. And I'm pretty excited about that because I like the Rag Company products and I like the Detail Factory. So it's a match made in heaven in my book. All right, then I went over to Koshemi and see my friends from KCX, who I haven't seen in a while, had great chat with them, and they gave me a ton of swag, which I'll show you. But let's hear from Justin about a couple new products from KCX.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So Justin here with KCX USA. So with a couple of new products here in the KCX booth, we have wet gloss and perfect finish sealant. Now, a lot of people have hinted that this is probably what we were going to be releasing at SEMA this year, and now you can actually see that it is. This has actually been out in Germany for a couple months now, or over in Europe. It's working wonderfully. People are loving it. So let me tell you about the two, though. So wet gloss is going to be your spray-on sealant, like when basically rinsing it afterwards. So you don't dilute it, you just a couple sprays on, you're gonna get great hydrophobics, and then you're just gonna rinse it off. So it's sort of like protector whites and hydrofoam, but you're not putting it in a foam cannon and you're not diluting it. So it's just a ready to use, spray it on, rinse it off product. Super easy, super quick, and provides 2 to 3 months of protection with amazing water behavior. Now this will provide more water behavior than protector wax and hydrofoam. Our second product here is going to be Perfect Finish Sealant. So this is a product that I started testing actually last July. And after many revisions, we finally got to the product that we really loved, which is this product's going to be more of like a lotion type sealant. It's very thick. When you spray it on, it's like really lotiony. Don't be worried, that's what it does. And you're simply just going to grab your towel, wipe it on, and then turn it over and wipe it off, buff it off. Super simple. It's way easier to apply than spray sealant. Spray sealant's amazing. Everybody knows that. But this is going to give you an extra little boost, a couple more months of protection, and even better hydrophobics. Now, what you're going to lose, though, from the spray sealant is that nice velvety, slick touch. You just don't have that slickness and that velvet feel. But the hydrophobics are better. So it's a pretty crazy product. You can apply this in direct sunlight. You can apply it, mobile detellers are going to love this product. Spray sealant and mobile detellers don't really coincide right now because of the streaking issues. However, this will solve that problem of mobile detellers, and you can use that at any given time. So super excited to have both of these products this year. These actually will be hopefully available in December. I know they're on a boat or getting made right now, so it takes about 3 months to get everything here once we order it. So.
All right, so KCX constantly bringing new things. Those were not total surprises. We've seen them in Europe, and so we kind of sensed those were coming over to the United States, but it's not always the case. Anyway, I got some really cool swag. Got a hat here from AR and Hoto and Fine Lab, and really cool coin from KCX, and 2 other things from KCX that I just absolutely think are so freaking cool are these cars that have the KCX logo, and one of them I got from another vendor that KCX partnered with, and this one came directly from KCX, and there's apparently a 3rd model that I need to try to get. So I'll be on a mission tomorrow. And I got a great microfiber glass towel from the House of Rags, and I got a keychain from Fine Lab, and stickers, and just all sorts of stuff over here. So it was an all-around great day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me sharing what I found interesting today. Tomorrow, I'm going to head to Apex. I may spend all day there. I may go back over to the convention center. But regardless, I will be at the convention center on Thursday and Friday. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe if you did. I appreciate it. Comments, questions, anything else you want to see, I'll do my best to try to make the rounds. And I really appreciate you sticking with me and watching these videos. I hope it's as fun for you as it has been for me. It's time for me to go to bed. Have a great night, everyone.